Hello everyone, welcome to my walkthrough for Demon's Souls on PlayStation 3. I'm recording this starting Christmas Eve 2021. The reason I'm doing this is because last year when the game came out on PlayStation 5, I recorded a walkthrough very similar to this one, and it was really successful on my channel and built a substantial community of Demon's Souls players and fans. And Demon's Souls, up until 2020, was stuck on PlayStation 3 in 720p, less than 30 FPS glory. And luckily, when it came to PS5, it was introduced to a ton of new players, and it sold really, really well. But I still think that there is value in this version of the game, and I, for one, really love playing it. It is a fantastic game, although the performance is quite poor. But I just figured this would be a fun way to go through the game again, help anybody who's playing it for the first time on PlayStation 3, or even using a PS3 emulator on PC and actually playing it in 4K 60 FPS, which is possible now if you have a decent machine. So I'm letting the intro cutscene play out here. It is quite different than the PlayStation 5's cutscene. It's almost entirely different outside of the establishing shots of the world, but this is not at all included. There are elements of this cutscene included in the PS5 version, which will show up right here, where the player character summons some help, but for the most part, it was completely redone on PS5, and much better cutscene in my opinion. But if you've never joined me for these walkthroughs before, this is going to be a Let's Play style walkthrough where I go through each stage of the game, one at a time. Those will be separate videos. So in this first part, we're going to go through the Journey to the Nexus tutorial area, and we will fight Vanguard, and I pray to God we kill him. Just a serious heads up, I only played this for 10 minutes before recording. I just signed into an old character, or loaded up an old character, and defeated Phalanx. And then I was like, okay, I'm ready to go. The other thing that I do want to mention here is the way this walkthrough sort of works. So this is a Let's Play style walkthrough. I'm recording as I play and as I talk, so it is incredibly live. That said, I do have a much better microphone than I did when I recorded the PS5 walkthrough, so it should sound a lot better. Okay. Also, this game is only available in 720p, so keep that in mind. All right, so we're going to start a new game here, and I am logged into the custom Archstones server. Sadly, a couple years before the PS5 version came out, it might have been around 2017, the PS3 servers were shut down. And sadly, the only way, or not necessarily sadly, but I guess what I'm trying to say is, sadly, online play was completely disabled. That was until some folks in the Demon's Souls community created a custom server for folks to play on, or a private server for folks to play on. And this does not get you banned off of PlayStation Network. This is something that you are more than welcome to use. There are rules on the server. You can't use hacked items, anything like that will get you banned. But it is really cool, and it actually allows you to manipulate your own world tendency, which is really cool. And you do that by placing messages on the ground. I haven't necessarily decided if I want to go ahead and use that. I may, just to show you some world tendency interactions. But for the most part, this is going to be just kind of like a clean playthrough, showing you how things work. All right. So we can see that there are a couple folks in the Nexus. People are playing Old Monk, and then other folks are playing 1-1. Not many people playing on this since the PS5 version came out, but all right. So, keeping with tradition, we're going to call this character Guide. And for those of you who've never seen a PlayStation 3, this UI is definitely based off of old cell phones. Now that I'm looking at it, I didn't think I realized that at the time. I mean, I'm sure I realized it, but looking at it now, it's like, oh yeah, this is a cell phone typing pad. Anyway, so we'll call the character Guide. We played a female character in the PS5 version, so we'll go male here. For class, I'm actually going to pick a different class. Previously, we picked the Knight, which is great, but maybe I will go Knight. It sucks because Royalty is so strong. We're going Royalty with this build. That's what we're doing. Is there a randomizer? Yeah, okay. Can we get any freaks in here? Okay, so the PS3 version does not have the excellent color editor. Hey, look at that, a gender scale. Wow, how forward-thinking of From Software back in the day. Yeah, let's just go with that. All right. Cool. So, we are absolutely going to play Journey to the Nexus. I also want to mention that I'm playing this on a 32-inch 4K monitor, so this game looks a little grody for me. But it should look fine on YouTube because it is being recorded in 720p. I'm going to let the cutscenes play out in this playthrough just because they are so different. So.
Until the colorless deep fog swept across the land. Boletaria was cut off from the outside world, and those who dared penetrate the deep fog never returned. But Valorfax of the Royal Twin Fangs broke free from the fog and told the world of Boletaria's plight. That the old King Alant had aroused the Old One, the great beast below the Nexus, from its eternal slumber, and that a colorless fog had swept in, unleashing terrible demons. The demons hunt down men and claim their souls. Those who lose their souls also lose their minds. The mad attack the sane, and chaos reigns. Valorfax spoke of the enticing power of the demon souls. Each time a demon claims a human soul, the demon's own soul is invigorated by the life force. And the power of a mature demon soul is beyond human imagination. The legend spread quickly. Mighty warriors were drawn to the accursed land, but none have returned. Bjor of the Twin Fangs, Yurt the Silent Chief, Sage Urbane, Skurver the Wanderer, the Sixth Saint Astraea and her knight Garl Vinland, and Sage Frake the Visionary. The colorless deep fog slowly creeps beyond Boletaria's borders. Humankind faces a slow and steady extinction. The deep fog will eventually swallow all lands near and far. But Boletaria has one final hope. A lone warrior who has braved the baneful fog. Has the land found its savior? Or have the demons found a new slave?
Unbelievable. So the load times on PS3 are horrifying. They are so bad. And you'll get really used to that. I don't anticipate too many deaths, but we'll see.
I shall guide you. So that you may lull the Old One back to slumber.
Okay, here we go. welcome to Demon's Souls on PlayStation 3. So, obviously it looks a little different, but the messages from the developers are still here. R1 is standard attack. And we start with the rapier. There is an echo to this game where, let me see if it happens when I hit a wall. No. I'll try to, I'll point it out next time it happens, but there's like an echo in this game. Yeah, it's hard to describe. You just got to listen like kind of close to the audio, but here's a developer phantom right there. That is a developer phantom. That is not a player. And that developer phantom was brought back in the PlayStation 5 version, which is really, really cool. I really like that. And that developer phantom is just sort of guiding the player, kind of like what I'm doing. Oh my god. Parry, bro. Oh well. That developer phantom is guiding the player where to go. And there's another developer phantom in 2.1. Stonefang Tunnels that I will point out to you when we get there. Some crescent moon grass. Does this tell you how to vault? No, squares use item. Oh, interesting. So on PS5, this is a vaultable wall. Yeah, I love the floaty physics of this game on PS3. It's so good. It's so weird, but it's so good. There we go. So, what's really cool about Demon's Souls when it got remade for PS5 is all of the animations were updated and were made really cool, but the timings are the same. So even though the animations are completely different on PS5, all of the timings are the same. Meaning a parry and a riposte takes the same amount of time on PS3 and PS5, frame rate depending. Yeah, even though they look completely different, which is just a really, really cool way of doing it. All right. The Monumental. Yeah, you PS5 players, you don't know how good you have it with these loads. Crazy. R2 is a strong attack. Alright. We can hear our Blue Eye Knight breathing back there. See if we can parry him. This is our parry tutorial for the game. Try that again. There we go. Come on. I couldn't even see it. Still got it. The sound of souls being absorbed on PS3 is really cool. I really, really like the sounds on PS3. I think the PS5 version lost some charm. There was one of those imperfect parries that you could still get the riposte out of. But yeah, I really enjoy the sound on PS3. I think on PS5, it all sounds great. It all looks beautiful, but I do think that a little bit of the charm was lost on PS5. Ooh. Yeah, you can hear the braziers echoing, like the crackle. And these chains exist on PS5. Like, the PS5 version is basically a 1-to-1 remake, but it's like unquestionably so much better looking. I mean, it's 2 full generations, but you know, this game went from being the kitchen sink of a video game into a technical masterpiece. It's just really cool. All right. Yeah, I thought I heard footsteps. Okay, very good. Don't forget your other grass back here. And now it's time to fight Phalanx. Oh my god, playing on a PS3 controller is hard. Yeah, this controller is so small. Okay, so, not Phalanx, we're going to fight Vanguard. So, you are meant to die to Vanguard. However, if you kill him, you get transported to another area, and then you get some, like, upgrade materials. So, it's really helpful if you do kill him. It sort of puts you on a good path. But you are meant to die to him, so it's not a big deal. Okay. See how it goes. Oh my god, magic is ridiculous in this game. I feel bad for him. This is unfair. I'm just bullying him. So, luckily, on PS3, his animations are, like, clumsily slow. But he can catch you off guard if this is your first time ever playing the game. I do think... Oh, yeah, there's no... Oh, Jesus. On PS3, you only have 4 directional roll. You have to be very careful if you are used to playing on PS5. Or even if you're coming to this game from Dark Souls 1... actually, no, maybe omnidirectional roll didn't get put in until Dark Souls 3. I gotta look that up. But you only have 4 directional roll, so you cannot... Whoa. I don't know how... I didn't roll. That was weird. You only have 4 directional roll, so you can only roll up, down, left, or right. Oh, shit. Get up. Yeah, that was a result of omnidirectional roll there. Or lacking omnidirectional roll. On the PlayStation 5 version, you can roll in any direction. However, the frustrating thing from like a fan's perspective, or, you know, like a hashtag Team No Changes perspective, is that even though on PS5 you can roll in any direction, and that feels very good, they didn't really change the AI of any of the bosses to, like, do anything about it. There's Vanguard. See the lights go out in his head, and there you go. Wow, that guy's doing a bow build? Wow, good for you, bro. Oh, that's funny. I don't know if this door dissipates on PS5. I have to check my video. Anyway, so yeah, you can only roll in 4 directions while locked on. But on PS5, you can roll in any direction. I guess like 8 directions. But the AI of enemies was not... Like, enemies were not designed to handle that. So, like, you kind of get away with a lot of, like, stuff. And it's a little easier on PS5. Anyway, we're going to warp to the new area now. Blacksmith Ed and Baldwin. And even though I love that the PS5 version has virtually no load times, you do miss out on all this artwork. And there's quite a lot of it. All right, so on PS5, the original fluted helm would be right here. And there's our buddy Dragon God, who we will meet eventually in this playthrough. Some full moon grass. Can't remember. Yeah, okay, let's go this way. Yeah, stairs and Souls games, they just don't get along. Shard of Hired Stone. It's 12:06 a.m. by the way. Merry Christmas if you're celebrating. All right, there's Dragon God, and here's the cutscene. Saint Urbane. This cutscene here is the PS5 reveal trailer. Actually, no, I'm sorry. It was the gameplay reveal trailer.
So the world might be mended.
One of the changes people immediately noticed was that
This is the Nexus.
Oh, hang on.
It holds together the northern land of Boletaria. Thou canst not exit the Nexus, but each of the 5 archstones will connect them to
Okay. So, one of the things that people immediately noticed with that PS5 trailer was that the player character had a voice. So when the Maiden in Black resurrects the player character, you see here on PS3, he didn't make any noise. But on the PS5 trailer, the character went sort of like a reverse death rattle, like coming back to life. And that was like some of the people immediately noticed. Okay, cool. Wow, that's awesome that people are here. I just saw a couple people running around. I'm so glad I'm on this custom server. So nice, so nice. No one's here. We do have Frakes Apprentice back here. Oh no, Frakes Apprentice only shows up after 1-1. Oh, there's a person. Hey, bro or ma'am. Anyway, we have Stockpile Thomas and Blacksmith Ed. That's Baldwin actually. So let me do the tour here of the Nexus like we did in the PS5 tutorial or PS5 walkthrough. So this is the Nexus. This is your hub. I mean, a Nexus is literally the center, right? So this is your hub of Demon Souls, and this is where you kind of do most things outside of combat and fighting enemies. There's a number of NPCs here, and this number will grow over the course of the game. So we have Stockpile Thomas here.
I'm Stockpile Thomas. When the scourge came, I didn't know what hit me. When I came to, I found myself here, in the Nexus. My wife and daughter fell victim to the demons. But I would be worthless in battle. At the very least, I hope to lend my assistance to you brave slayers of demons. I would be happy to lighten your load and look after any excess baggage.
All right, so on the PS3 version, or rather, on the PS5 version, Bluepoint and Sony were able to get a lot of the original voice actors to come back and re-record their dialogue. However, some folks did change, and even the voice actors themselves, even if they were the same voice actors, it's difficult to do the same voice 10 years apart, right? Like that's very difficult to do. 2009 versus 2019 when they probably recorded everything for the 2020 release. So the voices on PS5 sound either very different or a little different. But again, I just really enjoy the sound design of Demon Souls on PS3 because of that echo that everything has. I just think it kind of adds to the mysticism of the world. So Stockpile Thomas is your bank or your cache here in Demon Souls. There is a really important distinction or difference that I need to address between the PS3 and the PS5 version, and that is item weight and character burden. So on PS5, if you picked something up but it would not fit in your bags if it weighed too much, it would automatically get sent to Stockpile Thomas. It does not work that way on PS3. On PS3, you have a hard character burden limit. And if you reach that limit, or when you reach that limit, because it absolutely will happen, anything that you pick up, you will automatically drop. And unless you remove something out of your bags and sacrifice the space, that item will disappear forever. So it's really important to make sure that if you're doing any important world tendency events, or if you're going after certain items in certain levels, you enter those levels with as little in your bag as possible. So always be visiting Stockpile Thomas. ABVST. Always be visiting Stockpile Thomas, and always be emptying your bags, and just make sure that he carries everything for you. I cannot remember on PS3. Let me check if he will take stones out of your bag while you're upgrading with the blacksmiths. Upgrades, Demon Souls wiki dot. How to upgrade weapons. Stockpile Thomas wiki dot. Weapons can be upgraded by Blacksmith Baldwin and Blacksmith Ed, while Thomas holds the player's ore. Since there's no need to carry stones to the blacksmiths for them to use, it's best just leave them with Thomas. Okay, great. So that was in the original game. So what I just looked up was, do I need to carry upgrade materials to the blacksmiths? The answer is no. They will take any required materials from Stockpile Thomas automatically. That is great to know. So we are going to deposit all that. Great.
Rest assured, your goods are safe and sound with me. Best of luck to you.
Let's see if we can get him to say the line.
Best of luck to you.
He has a very, very famous line.
Hello, I'm keeping a close watch. You have a heart of gold. Don't let them take it from you.
Incredible. Okay, so this is Blacksmith Baldwin.
You new here? Do you hear for my services? My name's Baldwin. Just an ordinary blacksmith. It's simple. Just bring me all the souls you can. In trade, I'll give you weapons, or forge ones you already have. With your souls, I can eke out a living. And with my weapons, you can go on living. Not a bad deal, huh?
All right, so Blacksmith Baldwin is somebody you're going to be visiting a whole hell of a lot. Baldwin is able to upgrade standard weapons, so anything requiring hardstone or sharpstone. And I think there's another stone that I think he can work with. Yeah, clear stone. So hardstone, sharpstone, or clear stone. So these are just base level upgrades as well as quality upgrades. Quality is an upgrade path. It's like an actual term, sort of like fire or lightning, and quality. Like, it's weird, but that's what it is. So everything else has to be done through Blacksmith Ed, who you have to unlock in Stonefang level 2-1. We'll unlock him eventually, but for normal weapons, anything that's not infused with magic or gone through some upgrade path, anything aside from those, you can upgrade with Baldwin. The other really important thing in Demon Souls is repairing your gear. You have to repair your own gear. This carried into Dark Souls 1, and it wasn't until Dark Souls 2 that your gear automatically repaired at bonfires. And then that carried into Dark Souls 3, and then I don't think there was degradation in Bloodborne. I don't think there was any degradation in Bloodborne. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. And then I think in Elden Ring there is degradation, but it does restore at Sites of Grace. I'd have to double check that. I can't really remember from the demo. But anyway, so make sure to repair before you go into any stages. He also sells some things. So we can purchase some grass. It is a little expensive. I don't recommend wasting any souls on it. But then we also can purchase fresh spice. And then, so fresh spice is fresh spice in PS5 or on the PS5 version. But I think it's either aged spice or something like that. But on PS3, the better spice is called Old Spice, like the body wash, deodorant, and I guess maybe they have cologne. I don't know. Then you also have Ed's Grindstone. This is repair powder, so you'll find a couple of these throughout the world, and then you can do that. Yeah. So he also sells some basic weapons and some arrows. He does not sell a bow though. Then you can speak with him if you like. But he does want you to come back alive because he needs your business. Okay, so this is the Crestfallen Warrior. I don't really ever bother talking to him, but you can. And then behind here, I think the Follower of God is already here. Yep, there she is.
Oh my. How has this happened? Has God abandoned us for failing to show proper respect to King Alant? Oh, Mbasa. Oh, Mbasa.
Oh, Umbasa. Yeah, this is the worshiper of God. If your faith is at least 20 and you speak to her, she'll give you a pure faint stone. I feel like she disappears after a while. Like, she gets changed out for the follower of God. I'm just checking the wiki dot here. Acolyte of God. Disciple of God. Okay, so Disciple of God appears after you finish 1-1, and then disappears after Urbane is rescued. Which is weird, considering you would think he wants to wait for his savior to show up, you know what I mean? Okay, so that's the miracle corner, I call that. All of your miracles can be purchased over there. And then over here, this is the magic corner. So much later on in the game, we will rescue Yuria the Witch. She will sit here. Sage Frake's apprentice will appear after we finish level 1-1. He will appear here. That's your basic sorcery vendor. And then once we rescue Sage Frake, he will appear here. And we rescue Sage Frake from 3-1, Tower of Latria. Okay, but that's going to do it for now. In the next part, we will go through the first Archstone, the Boletarian Palace, and then we will take it from there. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it's been helpful to you if you're starting out playing Demon's Souls on PS3. Or if, I would assume the majority of people watching this are just kind of interested in what the PS3 version of this game looks like. I do want to mention the load times are pretty horrifying, but I am playing the digital version of the game on PS3. I don't actually know if it's still available. I don't think it is. Yeah, I kind of don't think it is anymore. And the disc version of this game will fetch about $100 in good condition. Actually, let's just check that. I'm going to check eBay right now. This is something that I always consider buying, but I never do. Demon's Souls PS3. So, okay, greatest hits, factory sealed, $22. We're not looking for that. We are not looking for that. Okay, complete inbox, black label, $20. That's opened. $22 for the Japanese version, which would also play in English. Complete, $25, black label. And then sealed. Okay, the deluxe edition, which came with a book, is $100, $94.77. And that's unsealed. The Asian version goes for $65. That's the Chinese version. That was the original release. That also played in English, I think. Like, all the menus were in English. The Japanese version, I think the menus are in Japanese. But for some reason, the Chinese version, all the text of the game is in English, which is how my friend Joe played it when he first tried to get me to play Demon's Souls. And I said, hell no, this game looks terrible. Yeah, so I guess you can get it used for like $25, which is nice to see. Greatest hits you can get sealed for $20. But sealed American version is going to be probably about $150 to $200, I think. But yeah, so go get it if you're interested and boot up a PS3. And be sure to connect to the private server called the Archstones. It's literally the archstones.com, and it's super easy to set up. You just change a number in your internet settings on PS3. But anyway, next time we're going to go through Boletarian Palace. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.